Welcome to Kim and Jordan Unscripted, a podcast.
Where we talk about real estate, community, and you don't know what you're going to get.
Anything in between. Today we have Robert Carroll with us. Hi, Robert.
Hey, thanks for letting me be here.
We're excited to have you.
Yeah.
Tell us about Robert Carroll.
Oh, gosh. Do y'all have that much time?
Briefly.
So I have been in real estate now for almost 18 years. It was about that same time that I moved to Southport. We had holidayed here my entire life and decided that I wanted to move here and got into real estate. So that's how I came here. Since then, I've worked at an independent real estate firm and then later moved to a RE/MAX office and ultimately decided at some point that I wanted to own my own office. And so that's how we're here, sitting in this building. It was with the idea that we created a space where agents wanted to come work, where they were excited to be here. And, I think we've done some of that. We've got a lot more to do, and I'm excited about the future of the company.
Nice. So I work with you. I work at RE/MAX. Tell us the office locations.
Yeah, so we have offices in Southport, which is our corporate office and the first office that we owned. We've also got an office in Oak Island, Holden Beach, and Calabash. And what I like about those locations is that it really covers the entire county. Our agents can drop into an office and use a printer or have a bathroom when they're out showing properties. I think that's an important part of what helps make us successful.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
What's your favorite part of what we do and your position?
My favorite part is the people, right? So in real estate, as an agent, because I also sell real estate, for me, it's about the people. It's about who you get to know, and much like this podcast, you never know what you're going to get, right?
Yes.
So, and there's everything in between. There's difficult, there's easy, and we've all had that. And then as an owner, it's the same thing. I get to work with amazing people. I get to help people grow their business in the way they want to grow it. And then
Some are difficult, some are easy.
yeah, yeah. So for me, that's really that's what it's all about. And then everything else is a byproduct of that. So being able to afford to put food on the table and to clothe my children and all of those things, it's really a byproduct of just being about the relationships. I've always been in sales, so I grew up in my father's portrait studio, and then later sold cars, Acuras and BMWs in Richmond, Virginia. And that, for me, it was every relationship we build gets us one step closer to whatever life is, right? Mm-hmm. So, and I guess in the same way, sometimes it's not a bad thing to cut certain relationships, but yeah.
Yes, that's something that...
It's hard for newer agents, especially, to learn to cut those relationships, but for everybody's mental health, sometimes you just really have to.
Yeah, and we have to recognize that we're not a fit for everybody. Mm-hmm. Personalities, that's going to be the thing. I mean, people aren't going to want to work with you if it doesn't work, if it doesn't feel natural. Mm-hmm. And so for me, I agree with you. I think you need to know if it's not a fit. Certainly a buyer or seller will know, and they'll let you know. So you should do the same thing as an agent. Yeah. I think that's very important.
I was talking with some people last night that we're getting together to get the welcoming committee for our RE/MAX convention. And that's exactly what we said. I've always tell people I'm not for everyone, and I know that. Yeah. But like when we're looking for somebody to refer our clients to, we also have to know that everybody's not a good fit. Yeah. Like I recently had that happen, that I referred somebody I really believed in when I had a few options, and it didn't work out.
Yep, I've seen that happen many times, and it's not about just calling up an agent in another market or just sending them a referral. It's really about knowing the relationships and then researching that agent if you don't know them. You've done a great job. I mean, you have connections, Remax, Kim, and you as well, Jordan, but Kim, you've got connections all across the nation. I mean, you've had those relationships through R4 or any of the conventions that you go on, the continuing ed trips. I think that's invaluable. And what that does for you is it allows you to send your clients to somebody that's qualified in other markets, and then you're getting business because of those relationships.
Right.
So I think that's an important part of what we do.
And Jordan and I have really become more into collaboration over competition. It really has to
Yes.
be.
I like that.
Yes.
Isn't that amazing? So start
There's
thinking,
enough real estate for all of us.
well, yeah, exactly. And so, one of the things that I have over the years in this office, we've got other agents who will put you in their car and take you through St. James or do a dog and pony show right here in this room about communities that not everybody knows. And that's the collaboration, right? There are really no secrets in our business. There's no secrets. So just because you think you have the greatest, latest technology, or somebody else is going to have it as well. So why not share it? Why not come together and be better because of those things? And I love what the two of you do. I mean, the way that y'all partner to help your clients and then help other agents. Yeah, I think that's collaboration over competition.
Yes.
We didn't come up with that. We've just heard it a lot of times.
Okay.
Can't take credit for it, but
Yeah,
we can
well,
continue to say
I was
it.
all over it. I was like, these girls got it. And you do, but no, that's right. Why reinvent the wheel? We don't have to.
Well, no, and I mean, we've talked about this. You don't know what you don't know, and you think that you know all of this, but you really don't. And so it's not about knowing everything. It's about knowing other people who know.
Yep.
And being willing to reach out. I think that's a big thing.
Well, we all will experience our first something in this business.
Yes.
But there's someone else out there who's already experienced it. So whether it's a contract issue or, I mean, how best to sell a house that has challenges, functional obsolescence, no backyard, too much backyard. There's somebody out there that's gone through that and can give us advice. And I think that's pretty powerful. I'm gonna still collaboration, not competition.
That's okay.
I love it. I think I'm going to give you credit, but I'm certainly going to take it. I mean, that's awesome. I think very valuable and says a lot about the type of people you all are as human beings, as real estate agents, professionals.
It's just too hard to be in competition.
Right.
And I know I was that way when I was newer, because you just, a real estate agent wakes up every day broke.
Right.
We got to work for our paycheck.
They don't call us brokers for no reason.
Yes. But as I've gotten older and wiser and partnered with Jordan, I really honestly feel that mindset has made me a much better person and a happier person.
Yep.
Yes, I agree. So one of the things that I like about this office is that we can bring things to you and we can support our community, just like we did the back to school breakfast and you were on it. So can you tell us a little bit about what we are going to be doing this holiday season for the community?
Yes, absolutely. And to your point, what you and Kim have done with the PTA, Southport Elementary, that back to school breakfast, our school drives that we do. Right now we've got a Brunswick Family Assistance box downstairs for toys for kids that are underprivileged. So we've got a lot of really exciting.
And I was reading through the list. It's not just toys.
It's right.
It's so much more. Why didn't I know that before?
I know. Well, we just need to
I know we need to post that list, and
Yeah.
we need to push that a little bit.
Yeah, so I did take a note. So this is going to be the most scripted part of
Unscripted.
yeah, of unscripted. So Southport for me, this time of year is one of my favorites. At Christmas, you've got tons of activities, fun stuff, things that I really enjoy. One of my favorites would probably be the Southport Historical Society's holiday tour of homes. It's a great opportunity to see houses really at their best. Some of them historic, some of them new, some of them made to look old. That's coming up. The holiday tour of homes is December 14th from 1 to 5. You can purchase tickets on the Southport Historical Society's website. In addition, you've got and this isn't an exhaustive list, it's just some of the things. The Southport Winterfest Tea, which is held at the Southport Community Building. That's going to be December 6th at 1 p.m. You've got the Light Up the Night Christmas Parade, which has just turned into this awesome parade.
Is that just golf carts?
No, it's not. It's actually grown into a lot more. So the fire trucks, and the kids can actually ride on the fire trucks. So if you go to the fire department at 5:30, I believe, they start loading children onto the fire trucks. You can actually be part of the parade, and then go back to the fire department. I think they have Santa and some refreshments or something there as well. So that's a fun time. Golf carts, you've got bikes, you've got old cars. It's really grown into much more than it originally started, and a lot of fun. You know, you're bundled up. It's a little chilly. You've got your warm drink, and it's just awesome. So
Hopefully just a little cold.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then this year, for the first time ever, there is going to be a pop-up ice skating rink at Fort Johnston in the tennis courts. And that's going to be held from the 5th through the 13th. And I'm pretty excited about that because I think that's just a really cool way to...
So are they going to supply
That's what I was going to ask.
skates?
Yeah, I think...
Or are these southern people supposed to have
Oh my
skates?
gosh, can you imagine? Yeah, right. I don't know. I assume all of that's going to be part of it. So really pretty excited about
We'll
it.
find out some details and we'll...
Yeah, bring that back.
And unless there's a wall for me to run into, I cannot ice skate because I can't stop.
Yeah.
Oh, I
I
can't
think
wait.
I've
I'm so
only
excited.
once or twice my entire life
It's
have I
been a
skated.
long time. And
Yeah.
Sophia wants to go.
Yeah, I used to skate at Liner Rink at Cornell at lunchtime, but they had walls I could run into. I loved the exercise, but I just didn't know how to stop.
Right. Yep. I think it'll be good.
You can
I think
say
it'll
that.
be
You
a
can
great
say
time.
that. Can't you?
That's a good one.
Same as rollerblading. I can't
Right.
stop. Don't know how to stop.
God, let's not take her skiing.
I'd have to draw the line there.
Use
Yeah.
pizza all the way down.
Pizza all the way down. Love it.
These old bones can't do that anymore.
You just sit at the cabin and
Exactly, that's what I prefer.
Yeah.
Sit by the
I
fire.
pray ski. Just enjoy the after party.
Exactly. So the Brunswick Family Assistance Toy Drive is happening in all of the offices.
Yes, I think we've got boxes. Melissa confirmed that earlier this week. We've got boxes in every office that we have here. So Southport, Holden Beach,
Yep.
Oak Island, and
the
Calabash.
list, I don't have it handy with me, but there's toys, there's jackets, I believe.
Yes.
say, I think there's,
Yep,
you know,
some clothing items.
some clothing
and-
items,
Yep.
some personal care items as
Yep.
well. Because I think that they don't just cater to the children, they also give to mom and dad maybe,
Correct. Yep, and,
Which is-
and grandparents.
which,
you know,
which
it's
is awesome.
it's pretty hard for us where we are to see some people's struggles, and this is just a reminder that we're a very large county and
Largest in North Carolina. I
large,
think.
yeah, and very diverse, and so there is a big need, and Brunswick Family Assistance helps with that in a big way. So I'm excited to see us fill the boxes and get that stuff delivered.
Yep, and public can bring the stuff by the office, any office, between 9 and 5, most
Monday
days Monday through Friday. So if you feel in your heart that you want to contribute to the Brunswick Family Assistance, we'd love for you to stop by and drop something off.
what are the dates on that again?
Oh, I don't know.
Do you know?
I think it's maybe till December 20th.
Yeah, that sounds about
Something
right.
like
I
that.
apologize.
That's okay.
Yeah. But yes.
Because I couldn't remember either. That's why I was
See?
wondering.
And there's an entire list. In fact, y'all might want to post it or something.
We will.
Just so people know what's.
Yeah, it's exhaustive. I was very surprised.
This is a lot more fun than I expected.
I told you.
Yeah, I was a little nervous, but easy.
Yeah, but once we get in our little bubble, it's
Yeah.
Just chat.
just roll with it.
So what do y'all want to see moving forward? What do you think about what's going on in the market? Next year, I think is going to be an incredible year.
We're starting to see buyers trickle back in.
Yes, I.
You know, the people that think that you can't sell during winter are silly.
Right.
And the buyers, if you want to buy now, this is when you're going to get your deal,
Correct.
if there is a deal
If there
to be
is
had
such a thing,
anymore.
yeah, I agree.
But I think the holidays are great. Your house usually looks the best that it does throughout the year.
That's what I've had. I think at least 3 people in the last month asked me, well, in the wintertime, a bad time to sell? I said, no, it is not.
No.
We
And-
sold the Blakely's house last year in between Christmas and New Year's, sold it in 12 days.
Yes. And so for me, 17 years ago, we had a little bit more of a cycle in our market, and we don't see that as much. You know, peak season would be the spring and fall, and it's significantly more consistent now, which I think is an interesting shift. But yeah,
I actually
people
find
are
the summer is the worst part of my business.
correct because people are on holiday, right?
And it's hot.
tanning their cheeks, and they're not really worried about buying a house at that time. So, but
And
yeah,
the buyers that are out there now are serious because
Correct.
it is the holiday season, you know. And we had a client that say, "Well, who wants to move in December?" I said, "I moved into my house on December 19th. That tree was
Right.
up on the 20th."
that's right. Yep.
You know,
You know,
and not
isn't that-
everybody celebrates the same holidays that we do.
Yep.
So you know, it might be different time for them.
That's exactly right. You know, one of the things I find interesting is even in July, I hear people comment when you're showing a house, the tree can go here.
Yes.
Like even in July, it's like what? Right? See, you're guilty of it.
Aaron and I, that's what
So
we were
it's a
talking
very-
about.
My
I-
house is not very conducive for where the tree's supposed to go.
Right.
But I did do that, and I do it in every house I go in.
I know.
My
And so
next house is going to have the perfect window for the tree.
Oh, there you go.
You want it in the front?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The news, there's everything about this proposed 50-year mortgage. My thought is it's a great tool. It might not be for everybody, but it might be better than renting. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, so we have to look at everything as a tool. Yeah, I think that was a great explanation. Everything that we have from mortgage, inspections, it's all a tool, right? The connections that we build with those professionals, a tool. And so the 50-year mortgage, you know, when you look at it from dollars and cents perspective, can be scary. And it can be, it doesn't really make sense, frankly. But
But people are getting 7 to 10-year loans on their vehicles
on
nowadays.
their cars. And so it is better for somebody to own a home than to rent, period. I truly believe that if you can afford to own a home, you should own a home. And if this is a tool to help people afford a home, then it should be used. And so that's my thought on it. I think that, you know, there are people that are going to look at it and say, well, you know, again, dollars and cents, it doesn't make sense. But yeah, what do you think, Jordan?
I'm glad that we're having this conversation because it is such an issue, the home affordability, and at least we're starting to discuss some options on opening that to people that can't afford,
Right.
or that think that they can't afford too, because I think that sometimes people don't understand, and I think bringing some light on your options, and I think that that's what's important.
I also think that it should be used for long term. I don't feel if there's an inkling that you're going to be moving in 2 years, I think it's a horrible idea simply because even with 3 or 4% interest rates, people that want to move in 2 or 3 years, they're still underwater.
Yeah, they wouldn't have the equity at that point to
Right.
make it make sense. And I agree with that. And then when you think about the average person's, I mean, only lives in a home for 7 years, frankly, that's short term, in my opinion.
Yes.
Having a child that's 9 and 7 years goes by just like that. So it'll be interesting to see how that concept,
out.
turns out. But I think ultimately, to Jordan's point, let's keep having the conversation about affordability, whether it's interest rates, longer terms. How do we do that so that more people, with the cost of rent today, as high as it is across the nation, in most cases, home affordability to purchase a home is a much better option. And there's down payment assistance, there's 100% mortgages, so people don't even know what they don't know.
Exactly. And now they're talking about possibility of affordable loans, which to me is just kind of like an assumable loan, but not. I mean, this is just an early discussion,
Right.
but I heard it on the news this week. A portable loan, which means Jordan buying a new house could take her 3% interest
My
rate.
nice little small interest rate and take it over to the.
Which is
But I don't foresee banks liking that. But
we don't know
we don't know. We don't know.
that gap. Like, how are they going to handle that gap? So
I would assume it would be just the way they've been doing assumable mortgages, that gap for years.
Yeah.
But again, it's another tool. It's like an arm. It's whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm
I
curious
agree.
to see what comes out more about
That
that.
I think that makes.
I think that would make a lot of people that need to move because they're fearful that, the difference between a 3% interest rate and a 6% interest rate is a lot of dollars
Correct.
each month.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so, were you in a 3?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. But that really holds a lot of people back from selling.
Oh, yeah.
It truly stops people from moving forward with life because they're going from a payment that is one number to hundreds of dollars more. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and just like, personally, we were busting at the seams
Yes.
with 3 kids and all of our things. So, we have needed a bigger house, but so it's hard. But that's back to my point. I'm just glad that we're
Having
at least
discussions.
Having
talking
discussions.
about it.
Exploring other options to help make housing affordable. So let's get back to you're the broker owner of Remax Southern Coast and at the beach. What are some key things people should look at when they're looking for a brokerage to work for?
That is a really great question, and I'm glad you asked it. For me, I think support. There are a lot of places that will promise leads, will promise all of these things, training, technologies. And what I know is that most of that training isn't productive training. It's training just to say you got trained. Most of that technology, not necessarily used. So
The technology is only as good as what you want to put into it.
correct. And so I see agents that are doing tens of millions of dollars a year and their CRM is an Excel spreadsheet. Why does having a CRM, that technology, matter to that agent? So I believe support. Finding a place that wants you to be as successful as you want to be, not a place that tells you you have to cold call every day, that you have to, be out pounding the pavement every day, and a place that supports you with your clients. Can we get creative? How do we sell this home? What do we do? I hope that I've created a space that exists. We do have technologies. The fortunate thing about being part of the Remax brand, this global brand that's more recognizable than any other real estate brand, is that we have massive amounts of training, massive amounts of tools and resources. We've got other people we can call. So we have all of those things, but we also have somebody who cares about their agents. We have other agents within our organization that care about each other. So it's a culture, right? Culture might be the number one defining word of why you would choose to go to work at any brokerage. And if you don't have a healthy culture, you know, it's not going to be productive for the agent. It's not going to be productive for the owner. I've been in both.
And what's a good fit for me might not be a good fit for you.
That's exactly right. It's perspective. You go back to, what do you actually need? And I ask agents all the time. I ask you guys, what do you need?
Yeah, but I like too that it's not, you have to do this and you have to do this. You will hear what works for us, and then we can work down that path. So I do, because Kim and I were talking about that. We don't want to be micromanaged.
No, I worked in a place that they literally stood over you and made you cold call.
Right.
And I lasted 11 months. I mean, and then, you know, we'd have meetings. Like, you sit down and do planning with us. And they're, you know, if I met with them, they'd be, where did you get that client? What's the client's name? And there was competition there because I'd seen it.
Yeah.
And I can come to you and say, Jordan Brazil is buying this house, and what do you think? And you're not going to go out and poach Jordan to, you know, you're not my competition.
Correct. And I've always felt that way. I worked at an independent, I said that earlier, and I had a philosophy that I did not compete against my fellow agents. I was not an owner at the time. I had no stake in the business, but if I found out that Jordan or Kim were going up for the same piece of business as me, I'd take a step back. I'd say, hey folks, you know, you are in amazing hands with those two women. They are certainly capable. We work with the same company, and they're going to bring the same energy and excitement and tools and resources to the table.
But I've also watched you partner with
Yes.
agents to help them get through that. It might be a luxury property that they've never dealt with before, and you help walk them through that process, but you're not competing with them.
Right, and that's the fun
It's collaboration.
part. Without competition. And so, for me, that's important. And I remember a few years ago, one of our agents coming to me, and this is somebody that I think has been in the business longer than I've been alive, and saying, your support will push me over the edge. Your support, you showing up, will secure this listing. And it did. We got the listing and we got it sold, and she worked, she did everything to get it sold, and it was a record high sale in that market. So, you know, those are the things that I think are important. I think that, you know, we've got agents who understand the importance of pricing things correctly. We do a lot of talking about that. You know, I went through a down market back in 2009, 10, seen, you know, that turn around, saw the COVID market, which skyrocketed, you know, and now we've, I would say, plateaued. Things are getting back to 2019, which is a stable market. Yes, things will sit longer than a day on the market. You won't get as much as you might have thought, but it's still a great time to sell, and I think it's a healthier market to be in. So, you know, but we can all bounce ideas off of each other. Mm-hmm. That's important. And we've had agents come interview with us. They didn't match our culture. They didn't match who we want to be. And, you know, they were more of a competition without collaboration.
Right.
And that's just not, I don't want to be that.
Right. And I
don't need it that bad.
I like that if I can't get a hold of you or Donna, that I can call Robbie.
Right.
And he's
Great
always
guy.
more than willing to help anybody out and bounce ideas off.
Yes.
And I think that being able to go to other broker in charges throughout our company is very beneficial.
Yeah, I think so too. I can't say enough good stuff about Robbie, right? Like, he's just a nice guy and very willing to help anybody. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. If there were, you know, when you sit down with your clients, there's got to be the hard talk, right? There's got to be certain things that you have to say to them about this market that they really should hear, but a lot of people aren't willing to say. What would that be for you guys?
Your house isn't worth what you think it is.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
the current market, and
It's going to sit.
declutter. Please
Right.
And it's
17.
let me come in and help you.
Our average days on market is 80 to 90 days right now.
Yes, that's
throughout
hard
Brunswick
for
County.
people to hear.
And we've had people say, well, we didn't think that would happen to us. Well, we don't bring this information to you just to look pretty.
Right.
It's the facts. It's the hard facts.
It is.
Yeah, I think that first and foremost, pricing is one of the hardest conversations we can have. It's the most important part of the conversation, in my opinion. And when you go through the COVID market that we just saw, and then you plateau, and a home is no longer worth $50,000 more than it was 12 months ago,
It's hard.
it's a hard conversation to have. But
But you still usually have equity in there.
Yes.
Right,
Yes.
right. Yeah, you're better off. And so it's just how much. We get used to, I think, buyers, sellers, real estate agents have a short-term memory that's significantly stronger than that long-term memory. And so we get to the point where we're seeing it's worth more, it's worth more, it's worth more. And then when that slows down or changes, it's not that it's stopped. I mean, the market's great. It's just changed, it's shifted. And so we have to be able to shift with that. But we often forget what happened 6 years ago, 7 years ago. 18 and 19, in my opinion, were normal markets. They were healthy markets. COVID created something here in coastal North Carolina that we've never seen before. So, yeah.
So, and my thing for buyers is that, yes, this house has been on the market for 60 days, but it has happened to Jordan and I time and again that we're showing buyers houses that have been on the market and we go to make an offer and there's multiples.
Yes.
It happened on one of our own listings. It'd been on the market for 8 months and all of a sudden we had multiple offers.
Yes.
So if you find that house you want,
You do
Move.
still have the luxury of, I tell my buyers, I don't feel like we have to jump on it right this second. Yes, take a couple hours, go think about it. Do not take weeks, do not take months, is
Right.
my opinion.
I mean, the house that we had, the agent I talked to that was submitted an offer, she goes, they've been looking at this house for 4 months and I couldn't get them to pull the trigger.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, when there was an offer, they now wanted
Right.
to act.
Yes.
Yeah. See, that's
And you lose out, and it's frustrating for everybody because but you know what? There might be something else that's going to come up if that happens. But let's try not to make that happen.
Yeah, just like my buyers found a house that they loved and they waited, I think it was 2 weeks, and then we made an offer. Then we were in multiple offer situation and they lost out. We had to move on.
That's the sad truth of what we do. I'll go back to your response to my question about decluttering and staging and all of those things. 17 years ago when I moved here, that was not a popular concept. And Donna and I actually ended up with multiple warehouses of furniture, accessories, towels, faux plants, you name it. We had all of that stuff. And because we saw the value in it, we were trying to, my very first sale, Bill and Pat, great, amazing people. Bill was ill. They wanted to get back up to New Jersey to be close to the family. And her style was very traditional. She didn't believe what I was saying about staging and decluttering and all of that. They moved out. We brought our stuff in, and the house literally went under contract within weeks after having sat for months.
It truly makes a huge difference. And we understand. I mean,
That you're living there, but
not everybody has the luxury of getting out, but
There's
there's still things that we can do with you living in the house to declutter and to stage the home.
Yes.
But my thought is, okay, a storage unit is $150 a month, something like that. I don't know. So,
Yep.
but the more days your house is on the market because you have so much stuff in it, even when you're getting feedback that
Yes.
it felt too cluttered, that you would make that money tenfold if you
Correct.
just did it. But some people don't have that luxury.
And
Some
you're going to
people,
pack anyway. The reality is you're going to pack anyway.
That's
So-
on our prep list, is to go ahead, pack that closet 30% down.
Yes.
Just go ahead and do it.
Which is great
We have
advice.
that on our list.
And I think that that's very hard. You're right. I think that's very hard for a lot of people. It's hard for agents, right? It's so much easier to tell people everything's perfect, your price is right, and get the listing. You know, back to pricing for just a second, I call it buying the listing. You know, you're willing to take a listing for more than it's worth simply to get the listing, with the hope that over time they're going to bring that price down to a point where it will sell.
It is not worth it.
It is not
an
worth
agent.
it. Yep. And so you just have to be willing to say, as a professional, here are the facts, and this is how we're going to move forward with them. And staging and all of that, spot on.
And we are creating a list, an Amazon list for our buyers of
Our sellers.
our sellers, I'm sorry, of the bedding that we want them to buy. It costs them about $200 to get the right towels, the right plants, the right, you know, and they can just, if they don't like it, they can leave it.
Yes.
So everybody is chatting with everything AI going on. What do you guys think about AI in our profession?
So I like it, and there's several reasons why I like it. Sometimes you can only, first and foremost, chat GPT, right? Like, so you can only say so many times that's 3-bedroom, 2-bath home. But what we want is we want to show the lifestyle and the experience. We need to use descriptive words that change the mood and the feel and the tone. So that becomes an opportunity for that. Second, I have most recently used AI to change the exterior color of a home. This was night and day, incredibly different. Went from a ugly brown, you know, just, it was bad.
Lackluster.
Lackluster, yes. And so to bright white with beautiful, you know, blue-gray shutters, and it just turned out perfect. And I was actually blown away how impressive it was. But that's an opportunity for you to take that and show your seller, this is how this house could be different. Investing a little bit more is going to make that home more appealing to more people. In the same way, if you took that same photo of a home that you're showing a buyer, you can show them the possibilities.
Yes, and I think a lot of people have a hard time actually visualizing something like that. And so having that tool, I agree. I think that's a good point.
Yeah. What I will tell you is that AI is not replacing the human element, the personality, and the professionalism of real estate agents. We have seen other websites, companies with their automated values and things like that. I've seen those automated values.
It's called Zillow.
Yeah, I know. So
There's more, but yes.
there's more, but Zillow, yeah, it's estimate, right? So that's exactly what I had in mind when I said that. And so that is, it's an algorithm that just can't really take into consideration the human element.
Well, and it doesn't look inside the house. It doesn't.
Correct.
I mean,
so in a neighborhood, and I'm going to refer to them as a track home neighborhood, right? Where every house has the same granite, the same floors, the same paint color. It's just one after another. They fit a space, right? They fit a part of the market. But what happens is that you add the human element. Somebody comes in, lives in that home, changes that home, enhances that home, makes that home better, worse, whatever. Just because they were the same value when they started doesn't mean they're going to be the same value forever. So with these automated values, you're not getting the very best that you should be getting. It takes an agent coming through your home. I never give people pricing on my first visit.
Did that once, never gonna do it again.
Right. No. So what, and a lot of people want it, but that's not how I do business. I'm a professional. I can't come up with a value without having seen your home. And then I need to come back and I need to look at the relevant sales and understand what's going on in your community. And that's how that's the difference between someone who looks at what we're doing as a career and someone who's just doing it to get to the next listing. And so I think it's very important that you walk through the home, you see the home, you talk to the homeowner, you understand their goals and needs. Everybody's selling for a different reason.
Yes.
When someone asks me, why are they selling? That might be one of the stupidest questions I ever get.
They don't want to be here anymore.
They don't want to be here anymore.
I've had that discussion with sellers too, that, just because the house across the street is for sale for whatever, and maybe it doesn't have the same finishings that yours does, you don't know their motivation.
Correct. And so we deal with personal lives. We deal with job changes. We deal with filling the house with babies. Those people have different motivations.
People needing to go back to where they came from, to be with family because of illness or whatever.
Yeah. So I think that the future of AI is exciting, and I'm excited about how it's going to help us to be better at what we do, but it's not going to replace us.
Well, I have a non-real estate AI thing. A few weeks ago, there was a hurricane headed right towards Jamaica where my daughter was supposed to go. Her father and I say, we think it's probably best that you cancel that trip. And she's like, I said, because even if the hurricane doesn't hit, it's going to rain. Well, she had to go and ask ChatGPT if she should go, and I gave her this whole weather forecast. And then she's like, yes or no, should I go? And it's like, no, you shouldn't go. Exactly like Mom and Dad just said.
That is awesome. See, that's the reality. I like it. I'm excited about it. I've got AI on my phone, so I'm always able to pull something up. And in the same way that you can use ChatGPT to be better at whatever it is you want to do, it's informative. You can ask it questions and get answers,
But I think people need to be very careful, and this is where AI is not going to replace you. It's not going to replace my photographer. You still need to make those homes look like they look.
Yes.
You can do some cute little graphics on it, but when Jordan took the time to list her house, she had it immaculate. It was staged great. I had the people that came in to buy it came to see if it looked as good as the pictures showed, because they've been to so many houses that the pictures showed amazing and the house was not.
Correct.
Well, just like we take photos of a vacant house and sometimes we'll stage it with AI. And then you get there and it's like, this is not what I saw on the internet. And it's a great tool. We will continue to do that.
Yeah.
But
it can be misleading.
It doesn't replace
some
of the things that we do.
Yeah, for me, I think that some of those things can be misleading. They can be disappointing. We think we know what a buyer wants, and I'll change the subject for just a minute, but I think about the number of bedrooms in a home. Agents think that some agents think that more bedrooms means more money, means faster sale, whatever, right? And how many times have I taken a buyer into a 3-bedroom that was called a 4-bedroom because it had a finished room over the garage? People are expecting there to be a finished room over a garage with the other 3 bedrooms. So sometimes you can forget, or you can mislead in a way that you don't mean to, but that's disappointing.
But going back to Jordan's house, when they get ready to list their house that they're moving into Jordan's, they're going to call us because our pictures looked like the house. It was a good representation of what the product was.
Yep. And that's an incredible story. You had one open house, is that right?
One open house.
One open house. They came through.
One person
came through, saw it, bought it. You're going to close. You're going to list their place at some point.
Yep.
And life is good.
Yep. Robert, thanks for coming and chatting with us today about Southport and RE/MAX, Southern Coast and at the beach, and everything in between.
Everything else. Yes,
Thank you.
It's been great.
Yeah. I didn't know what to expect, But this, very comfortable. Thank you.
Good. If there is anything that you guys would like to hear, if you'd like to be a guest on our podcast, send us a message.
And don't forget to subscribe.
Till next time.